Wow.
I think it's good news the Kings got the Pelicans. I was thinking about this a lot last night
Okay.
because I really want to make sure that if I say something that goes against what I initially thought, that it makes sense. And it comes down to, for me, it has nothing to do with the fact that Zion Williamson is out on Friday. And it has everything to do with the fact that I think that there's been a mental shift with this Kings team where I think they're going to be dialed in a way against the Pelicans that makes me, I don't want to say confident they're going to win necessarily because of how much the Pelicans have dominated that matchup this year. But I think you're going to get another really, really good game from the Kings. I think you're going to get a really, really high quality game. Whereas I know they've matched up better with the Lakers. Again, 0-5 against the Pelicans, 4-0 against the Lakers. I understand all of that. And I understand if somebody disagrees with this. But I think there was an opportunity for them to go into that Laker game going, nah, Domas 10-0 against Anthony Davis in his career. We've wiped the floor with these guys the last 2 years. We're looking ahead to Oklahoma City. And then all of a sudden you get LeBron James and he has a 30-20-10 game. And Austin Reeves hits a bunch of threes and D'Angelo Russell hits a bunch of threes. And oh my God, the Kings are out.
I think, Kyle, you bring an interesting point up there because the way I look at this is that if you were going to play the Lakers, everyone would almost expect you to beat the Lakers because you beat the Lakers like a drum all year, this year and last year, 7-1 against them in the last 2 years. And then you look at the Pelicans, and it's a game that no one thinks the Kings will win because they have just absolutely dragged you all year long, like 5-0, and the point differential in that matchup, I don't even know what it is, but it's no bueno. I mean,
it's really bad. I'm going to do some math.
It's probably like off the top of my head.
What are you setting the over under at? Just pick a number off the top of your head.
I'm going to guess 82.
82 in the 5 games.
Actually, I think that's low. I'm going to say 97.
So you're going over your own over under that you
Yes.
said. Okay.
33, 37. That's 70.
New Orleans Pelicans.
Oof.
All right, here we go. Nope, Sacramento Kings. I'm on the Pelicans schedule. We have a 36. We have a 5. So we got 41.
41.
We have a 10.
51.
51. We have a 33. 84. And we have a 12.
Was up by 1. 86. Damn. I mean, 96.
You get a ding and applause for that. Really good work by you.
Wow.
Nice job. Yeah, 96. Whew. 95? Did we say 95 or 96?
It's 96.
96.
It's 96
in 5 games.
In 5 games. I mean, that's just not even
20 points a game.
Yeah, that's not even like remotely close. That's just
and even if I remember correctly, even the 5-point game in New Orleans on November 22nd, even that wasn't. I might be misremembering. Yeah, the Kings needed to win the fourth quarter by 9 points to have that be a 5-point game.
Yeah.
I mean, oh.
It's just a bad matchup for whatever reason.
Really tough match.
And I don't know why, but
I might be talking myself out of my own take as we do this.
Okay. Yeah, but they look totally different. Like
they do. They do. The Pelicans, that's the thing. The Pelicans, we talked about this so much with the Warriors. Like, hey, these teams haven't played since January.
Yep.
These are different versions of these teams than the ones that last saw each other. And I think that's the case for Sacramento with New Orleans too. The last time they played New Orleans was
last week.
Was April 11th, right?
Yeah.
But that was their third closest game. They lose by 12. If they had lost by 12 in all these games, it wouldn't be as daunting.
No.
But it's the big blowouts. It's the 36 back on November 20th, and it's the 33 back on January 7th that makes us all go, holy crap, dude. Like, like this is tough. But a 12-point loss a week ago does not preclude the Kings from, like literally a week ago, does not preclude the Kings from beating New Orleans. So that's where I don't think, like, yeah, it's a tough matchup, but I think you're going to get another really, really good version of the Kings. because I think they are dialed. And I think that they looked at the Golden State Warriors and went, hey, this has been a thorn in our side. This is a dragon that we have slayed in the regular season, but now do or die. Now we have to do it again. And we saw a focused, hustling Kings team at home, by the way, where they have not been great this year.
Yep.
And they played their best basketball. And so again, whether they win or lose tomorrow, I couldn't tell you. But I think you're going to get another really, really good game from them. And I'm more confident in that with New Orleans than I would have been had they played the Lakers. If that makes sense.
No, I agree. So, okay, so this
Maybe
game,
I'm nuts.
I think, look, when you take away Zion, it does something like really dramatic. So the Kings have been busted up by guys like, the secondary guys like Herb Jones and like Trey Murphy.
Yeah.
Right? Trey
CJ
Murphy
McCollum.
is the guy who becomes, well, okay, CJ. I'm going to take CJ and I'm going to take Brandon Ingram. I'm going to kind of push
not
them to the
secondary
side.
guys. Got it.
Right? I'm going to kind of push those guys to the side. It's the Valanciunas plays where Valanciunas has a big night. It's the Trey Murphy. It's the Herb Jones minutes. And even Alvarado has an opportunity to score like 10 or 12 on you that hurts you, right? When you take Zion off the court and you can shift focus more to like either you have two choices. You can either distribute it evenly and stick with guys like Trey Murphy. Trey Murphy doesn't bust you up unless you let him loose because you're defending Zion. Or Brandon Ingram gets loose and you try to slow Brandon Ingram by sending a second guy, and next thing you know, Trey Murphy's bombing away, or again, Herb Jones is bombing away. The same thing goes with Valanciunas. All the focus goes to Zion. Zion goes left, and then all of a sudden, Valanciunas is wide open for a dunk on the backside or the putback dunk. So if you take Zion out, I think you have two ways you can do this. You can try to take away CJ. You can start like sending a trap or a double team at CJ and Brandon Ingram every time and dare these other guys to beat you. But those guys have beat you. So I wouldn't do that. If I were the Kings, I would try to play it straight up because those guys aren't great one-on-one players. They're great caught in action players, right? And so I think that there's a way that the Kings, if someone can single-handedly slow down CJ McCollum, whether that's De'Aaron, whether that's Keon, whether, again, you want to stick, if you can shift Keegan Murray out to play him, like that, I think is what you have to do in this matchup, just like you did with Steph Curry. And then don't let the other guys beat you in this one. Like, so if again, CJ McCollum goes for 40, that's okay as long as everybody else is around 10. Again, Brandon Ingram, it doesn't look like Brandon Ingram right now. Like if
he looks bad, dude.
Yeah, if you cannot get a Brandon Ingram game, they become very beatable.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean anything. This team has had your number, and like we can talk about the X's and O's and what your philosophy is going into the game, whatever it is. If the same team that if the Kings that showed up on Tuesday night against the Warriors show up in New Orleans, I'm going to put them at 60-40 to win the game. If that's not who shows up, if it's some weird, look that we've seen this team do all throughout the year, you could see another blowout.
Yeah. I mean, the margin for error is not big. Don't get that twisted. I'm not sitting here going, oh wow, look, the Kings. It's just that in a huge spot against a team that is giving them trouble, they played their best game and blew that team out. 11 points decided the 4 games between the Warriors and Kings this year. And the Kings go and win by 24. It ended up being 24?
Yeah.
They go win by 24. I believe that you'll see the same type of performance against New Orleans. Again, whether that translates to a win or not, couldn't tell you, because like you said, they have so many weapons and so many guys that can beat you and maybe the Kings don't have a couple of threes fall and, things get a little sideways and they wind up with, but I fear less oh man, the Kings just came out flat. They got down big and they just couldn't rally back. I don't think we're going to get that. I think we're going to get at least a close game.
Yeah, at least a battle.